Krish again to say a few words for this afternoon's memorial speech.
Professor Sriharan delivered a fantastic lecture this afternoon. One of the momentous presentation on a momentous day. It was, he also received a standing ovation for his presentation today. His token of appreciation was given by a better person than me. This is Mrs. Varagunam, who was here with us, and we were honored to have Mrs. Varagunam and the family to accept Professor Sriharan's delivery of the inaugural speech. And sir, thank you so much for a fantastic lecture you delivered today. It made history today. Thank you very much.
Good evening. I think it's not time for a long speech, but I think I have to pay gratitude. President of PemSAA UK, Dr. Krish Radhakrishnan, committee members of PemSAA UK, President of PemSAA Parent Association Sri Lanka, Professor A.V.R. Kumarasiri, President of PemSAA USA, Dr. Christine Fernando, Peradeniya Medical Faculty Alumni from UK, spouses, family members of PemSAA UK members and elsewhere, and well-wishers, Peradeniya Medical Faculty members, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the staff and students of your alma mater, Faculty of Medicine, University of Peradeniya, I thank the President of PemSAA UK, Dr. Krish Radhakrishnan, and the organizing committee for inviting me and my wife for this memorable occasion. I think yesterday we had just an unofficial chat. The hospitality started from yesterday, and today the whole morning we had a great academic conference, the first PemSAA UK International Academic Conference. I must tell you, it is of highest level, and the talks were of the most updated and talks of different subjects, and I really enjoyed. And of course tonight we are having a fabulous night, so let me wholeheartedly thank the organizing committee for inviting us, and the faculty. As Dean, I think I have to give a report of the faculty, which I did in the morning. The faculty is 56 years, and as I reported in the morning, the students are excelling both in academic affairs as well as in social and other spheres. And also in the morning I gave a detailed account of the needs of the faculty and the various other requirements, which then at the AGM I was invited by Dr. Radhakrishnan, and then we discuss how the alumni, international alumni from UK and elsewhere could assist the faculty. And I thank, and I think it will be a beginning from today to have collaboration with the faculty and the PemSAA UK members and other PemSAA members internationally, to have some, we thought some concrete projects actually to start with, having some sharing of experiences and of course student exchange and so on. So I look forward to continue this when I go back. Of course there are two faculty members here, Professor Kumarasiri and Professor Bhadraya, and they also will, I'm sure, will share the same experiences and thoughts going back. So once I go back, I will report this to the faculty that we have a very powerful alumni association in the world.
Order, but I think the person who contributed most to Peradeniya as a medical school, I'm sure no one will contradict me, was Professor Senaka Bibile. Professor Bibile came when we were in our second year because he was a professor of pharmacology, and later became dean. But Bibile introduced, Bibile and I also must mention a few others who were around him at that time. Professor Varagunam, who was the chief guest last year, and unfortunately who passed away a few months ago. We were all very saddened by that. And we had Professor Malcolm Fernando. I don't know, many of you probably did not know him, but some of the seniors here would obviously have been taught by him. And we had Professor Keith Singer, who later migrated to UK, and he passed away a few years ago. You know, Rudy Rasaratnam, who was also one of the pillars of the Peradeniya Medical School during that time, although he was in the government service, he passed away last year. And these people got together, and on reflection, I think they tried to develop a unique Peradeniya brand. More recently, about 10 years ago, when I was in the WHO, I went to a meeting in Mexico, and quite by chance I met Professor Glick, who's now in Israel. He's retired, but when both of us got into the bus together here, it so happened that he and I sat next to each other in the bus, and he asked me where I am from. I said, I'm from Sri Lanka. He said, oh, that's Ceylon, old Ceylon. I said, yes, how do you know? He told me immediately, he said, Sri Lanka produces the best doctors, he said. I said, how do you know? He said, you know, now then he introduced me, he said, I'm now in Israel, but before I came to Israel, I was the chief of medicine at the Coney Island Hospital in New York. And he said, the best intern I had was from Sri Lanka. I said, who? His name was Brian Jegasoti. Brian Jegasoti was one of my batchmates. So then I asked, do you know where he was from? Yeah, he was from some medical school in the hills in Sri Lanka. I can't remember the name. But after Jegasoti, I took only Sri Lankans as my interns because they were so good. And he said, most of the time I look for Peradeniya graduates when I could. So then, the story goes a little further. Then I told Professor Glick, I told him, we are having a meeting in Sri Lanka on medical education a few months later, at that time. Why don't you come? So I invited him. He came to the meeting, and one day I arranged for him to go to Peradeniya to see the medical school from where Brian Jegasoti and the people came from. And he came back and told me, my God, that little place. I said, no, even littler, it was smaller, say 50 years ago. That produces such good doctors. So I think there is no more testimony needed to what Peradeniya is and what Peradeniya was.
Now I'm just going to take a few minutes to honor those who had lectured this morning, and very simple, few take-home messages, which was well received by the audience. So we need to appreciate that. I need to call Prof. Swami, please, to receive this on behalf of Dr. Sri Vijayaratna. Can I next call Dr. Jayakumar Singanagam, consultant radiologist, who delivered an excellent speech this morning. I'm next going to call Dr. Gayatri Vadage, a consultant cellular pathologist who is double acting as co-host as well. Can I now call Dr. Indrani Murugesu, the mother of the consultant Dr. Nirupa, who delivered an excellent speech again this morning.
Hello. It gives great honor and privilege to felicitate one of my teachers at university, Dr. Mrs. Padma Samarikrama. It appears that she has had many firsts during her career. She has started her schooling in a convent in Gaul, and in fact she did her O-levels in arts subjects. But at some point she would have realized that that's the wrong route, and then she went to another school in Gaul to doing science subjects. And after that, it is interesting to know, I don't know whether any of you know, she went to Mahinda College Gaul to do her A-levels. I never knew that Mahinda College admitted girls at that time, and I'm sure it would have been a first. Well, she excelled in university and always got classes, and she had a distinction in forensic medicine. She was not only a A-class performer, but she had 2 B's, beauty and the brains. And we know that DYD won the race.
Thank you. Honorable President, Chief Guests, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to read this felicitation for my friend Lakshman Karlia. I have known Lakshman since I joined GUIS in 1991. I did not have the pleasure of knowing him when he was in Sri Lanka. I might have met him, but not as a teacher. But Lakshman Karlia is an astonishing teacher, and still in his late 70s, he's still teaching medical students in Peradeniya Medical School as a visiting professor. He's a Trinitian, and he was a colored hockey player, and he was once called by his teachers as a sinner who always had a future but not a past like saint. He claims that efforts taken by his teachers over 4 years allowed him to no alternative but to enter the medical school. In return, he has brought credit to his school through an illustrious career in medicine world over.
Once we start the whole thing going like this, let's get everybody on the floor, okay? Surangani, Surangani, Surangani na malu genawa. Malu, 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 vendenge na malu, Surangani na malu genawa. Nalta nalta me, balana me, arawati me, balasi ginawa. Oya aganawa, oya eswa kuenawa. Surangani, Surangani, Surangani na malu genawa. Malu, 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 meva aistavu malu. Surangani na malu genawa. Usyama seva, and a pipe in Panvarera. The people don't know what the hell to do. Ane mageno na, mata yannona. Master Amma Sarah in a fight with one Pereira. But people don't know what the hell to do. Surangani, Airangani, Surangani na malugena. Malu, 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 mega aistapu malu. Surangani na malugena. Can I get rid of the floor, please? Passa, passa, Surangani ke passa, Surangani ke lasana passa. Retta, 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 Surangani ke retta, Surangani ke cheeta retta. Passa, 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 Surangani ke passa, Surangani ke lasana passa. Retta, 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 Surangani ke retta, Surangani ke cheeta retta. Surangani, Surangani, Surangani na malugena. Malu, 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 me tengena bu malu. Surangani na malugena. Surangani, Airangani, Surangani na malugena. Malu, 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 me aista bu malu. Surangani na malugena. Alumni junction, we all at the function. I saw you kissing Ayage Kolla. That Tony fellow Johnson who stole his mother's pension at a rocking time, not a main baila. Alumni junction, we all at the function. I saw you kissing Ayage Kolla. That Tony fellow.
consultant surgeon.
Mr. President, Professor Vajraveera Singh, and invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me a great pleasure and honor to read the script of felicitation for one of our favorite clinical teacher in surgery, Dr. Nagalingam Ramachandran. We, as medical students, we used to call him Dr. Rama. Dr. Ramachandran hailed from Nunavil in Jaffna district, and he was educated at Jaffna Hindu College until his matriculation. He was one of the 15 students from the island to have been selected by the Royal College in Colombo to follow a pre-medical course, from where he gained entry to the Faculty of Medicine, Colombo. He was a man of intellect as well as creative talent. He represented his university in tennis and table tennis. Dr. Rama graduated in 1959 and did his first house job with Professor Milroy Paul. After completing primary fellowship examination in obstetric and gynecology, he was appointed as a registrar in the University Unit of Colombo. He was initially trained under Professor Sinnathambi. So when the new Faculty of Medicine opened in Peradeniya, Dr. Ramachandran moved to Kandy along with Professor Sinha. I was told Dr. Rama was the first appointed university registrar in the medical units. I am sure those of you from the first few batches can still remember what an interesting and colorful character Professor Sinha was. As his registrar, Dr. Rama often shielded poor, terrified medical students from a bullying professor. Although Dr. Ramachandran's aspirations was to become an obstetrician and completed his initial training, course of events in the Ministry of Health made him to change his career path to become a surgeon. He came to the UK for further postgraduate training and successfully completed both FRCS and MRCOG finals within a period of 1 year. On his return to his home country, Dr. Rama was posted as a general surgeon to Betikalo, where he practiced mainly in surgery, and because of his expertise in 2 specialties, occasionally as an obstetrician helping with emergencies. In 1978, Dr. Rama joined the teaching hospital Kandy, where he was a successful general surgeon and was actively involved in undergraduate and postgraduate training. We can still remember his commanding voice, always smartly dressed with a clean white coat and a shiny shoes. He was a great teacher and a motivator. He inspired all of us with his great ability to demonstrate surgical anatomy and pathology. Dr. Ramachandran designed and built a beautiful house, we can still remember, on the hill next to the Odeon Theatre in Kandy, overlooking the lake. And he was looking forward to enjoy the rest of his career in the hill country. But unfortunate events in 1983 forced him to move back to the UK with his young family, where he continued his career as a general surgeon for many years and later on in emergency medicine. Dr. Ramachandran and his wife Sugithamani
Requesting you to come and join us. Dr. Deva will felicitate with a bouquet to Mrs. Veerasinghe. Thank you. Can I now call our President to say a few words, please? Thank you.
മയിലോടും ബലേ ബലേ വിളയാടും ബലേ ബലേ കണ്ണിലാവേ സന്തോഷം ചൊല്ലി തന്ന സന്തോഷം കാവേരിയാനിയും വന്നാട്ടു സന്തോഷം കൈ കുറഞ്ഞ പലേ പലേ പലി പുറത്തും പലേ പലേ പൊങ്കലുക്ക് പലേ പലേ പരിസം പോട് വോളിബോൾ Now this one is for all you Peradeniya girls, all you Kandila MCs. Are you ready? Can I hear you? Are you ready? That's it, that's what I like. All you lovely Peradeniya girls, all the Kandi girls, okay? So get ready. I want you to join me. You are my one and only Kandila Missy. You are my Monica, you are my Bayonka. You are my one and only Kandila Missy. You are my one and only one. You are my ever loving one. You are my one and only Kandila Missy. You are my one and only Kandila Missy. Sweet Marie, come to me. You are my one and only. You are my one and only Kandila Missy. You are my Helen Kumari, I am your Elvis Presley. You are my one and only Kandila Missy.
Ladies and gentlemen, can you please be seated? I want to give an important announcement. Can you guys please sit down before I call out your names? I can see Natranaga and Salta. Can you take a seat, please? Lionel or Trustee, can you sit down? Early morning there's a magic train to Kandy. Hemagiya ubave wali dunya demandi. Gollu Bittiya junction where we all at a function. I saw you kissing Naya Kolla. From the fellow Johnson stories.
Gentlemen, now we we are going to honor some of our great teachers from Faculty of Medicine, University of Peradeniya. They are all retired and living in the UK. So for the first felicitation, I would like to call upon Dr. Udita Jayatunga, the Assistant Secretary of PemSAA UK, to do the felicitation for Dr. Padma Samaravikraman. The token of appreciation to Dr. Kumar Singh on behalf of Dr. Padma Samaravikraman. By Professor Ram Swaminathan, the Academic Secretary of PemSAA UK, and this felicitation is for Professor Karan.
I'm sure you're going to be tired of hearing me again, but I'd like to call upon Professor Vajira Virasinghe to accept this token of appreciation for your contributions today, the lectures in the morning and today. And you come all the way with Anusha to be with us to enjoy this first international academic conference and the board. Thank you very much. If you could come and collect this one, please. That's for your table. Thank you.
Who stole his mother's pension at a right time, let him in by Bullu Pittiya Junction, yeah, we all at a function. I saw you kissing Naya Golla. And Donny Bello Johnson, who stole his mother's pension at a rocking time, let him in by Now a special request for this next song, so I'm doing it for the person who requested for what we